Yo, what's good? My name's Wayne. You should probably know me by now if you're on my channel. Today we're going to be going over the bro Sam Manson we got here, just like a little case study of basically how we helped him get a role of appointment setting. Yeah, it's good to have you here, G. So why don't you just tell the people a little bit about yourself, bro, and like your journey so far?
My name's Sam. Obviously, I'm 26. I joined this space, this online space, about I think coming up 8 weeks. But before this, bro, I couldn't even fucking turn a laptop on. Like I was pretty unco when it come to technology. I had learning disabilities, like my reading and writing. I'm dyslexic, but I've obviously come a long way since then. Yeah, I was pretty new to this. Obviously, like everyone else, I was kind of scared to jump in and take that risk. But I took that risk and obviously put in the work day in, day out, being 1% better every day or trying to be. And the results are now speaking for themselves, to be honest. Took me, I think it was, yeah, about 7 weeks to get certified. And then the next week and a half after that, we ended up managing to get a role. So it's been a journey, but it's been very a big learning curve. I've learned a lot along the way. I've met some great people, and yeah, it's just been getting better at every aspect in life, really.
Okay, bro. So yeah, you said, you've improved every single aspect in life, and it only took you around 7 to 8 weeks to actually land this role, man. But just in terms of like, the online business in general, bro, have you actually tried anything before jumping into this space specifically?
Yeah, I tried trading and like crypto and all that, but it was kind of a bit of a dead end for me. Like I think I was too keen, didn't have enough what's the word? I suppose guidance. Like obviously this has been like a had someone to at the start to hold your hand and help you through it along the way. And if you come to a roadblock, you can go to one of the mentors or and ask for help that people have overcome the same thing. But when I was trading, I had no guidance. I didn't have really much knowledge. I tried to learn and do the best I could with the resources that I could get, but obviously having that one-on-one mentorship is just like completely like how do you, without like sounding like a dick, but it's like life changing. Like it's a massive thing.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Just sort of, having that mentorship, someone to actually, walk you through everything for like with like a step-by-step program. The community side of things was the biggest thing for me, I was always on the look for a community, like people like just surrounding myself with like-minded people. And sort of walk me through like your experience with that and the community here in ABC, man.
Yeah, 100%, but the community was next to none. Like it was just being surrounded by the same like-minded people that are driven by success, that want to be successful, some that are successful. It's like the saying, if you hang around 10 drop kicks, you're going to be the 11th one, but if you hang around nine successful people, you're going to eventually be the 10th one, aren't you? So
Yeah.
the community's been another big thing for me as well. I was obviously going through some tough, dark times, and like if I wasn't there or showing up at the start, people will message you, check up on you and hold you accountable, make sure you're doing everything to push the needle forward. And if you're for the off days, sometimes you got to be there for people, and they were definitely there for me. So yeah, the community is 100% one of the biggest factors for me as well. Also,
Yeah, so basically just having people to sort of push you and elevate you, uplift you instead of bring you down pretty much in a way. Making good friends along the way, like me and you, me and Lyric, all the other boys, just basically pushing each other to become like the best possible versions of ourselves. And not just business wise, not just mentally, like also physically, like pushing each other to become, more fit, more active, and just yeah, every single aspect in life. So why don't you tell the people just a little bit about, why you decided to make a change specifically?
pretty much, I obviously went through some pretty traumatic experiences. I had a business before this with one of my mates, and then got burnt there, lost a lot of money, lost like everything. I was in a very bad way. Like I was just depressed, had no vision, no direction. And then actually, I'd tried a few like a different mentorship like this before, but obviously got scammed, got burned. But I knew that obviously this would be something that I could succeed in. I obviously you and Lyric and that I was talking back and forth with yous, and then yeah, I was going through a lot. And with the right guidance between of the people in the community, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to give this a crack. And then once I actually went on to it, and the community was there. That was the only thing I was lacking from the last one. Like it was the community was really there, and I was like, no, I fit in here, and then it just grew from there.
Yeah, man. So it's obviously been a fucking journey so far, bro. But I mean, if you could sort of give some advice to the people out there, they're looking at getting started themselves, but they're just a little bit scared and they're thinking about it.
Yesterday, the best thing to do, honestly, everyone has obviously, and I was the same. Like they're scared to start, and unless they see this, it might not work. Yeah, but it might work. What happens if it works? It all comes down to you and how bad you want it. And when it does start to work and it works so good, people were like, "Why haven't I done this X amount of months ago?" And then yeah, obviously like they're saying, like if nothing changes, nothing changes. So back then, if I didn't take initiative and just take it and just go, nah, I'm put myself in the deep end and actually make the change of the cost of inaction, then it's nothing would have changed. I wouldn't be where I am today. So when wanted to pull the trigger and just get started, I got started. And if I didn't get started, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Yeah, 100%. Because, a lot of people, they tend to focus on like, is this actually going to work out? Like they're just too hell bent on fear in a way. And but at the end of the day, sometimes later just becomes never, and then never ends up actually
Yeah,
happening.
people say that stuff because they get comfortable and they get complacent. Then they don't want to step out of the comfort zone because it's actually sometimes not a nice place to be. But once you learn how to master that, you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's where miracles are made.
I always tell people, like I always say, focus on, why you're actually looking into this into the first place. Like if you're jumping into this to help your family, retire your parents, I mean, just focus on that because, if you sort of don't make a decision to actually do anything now about it, then you're never going to be able to actually do any of those things. And that perfect time is just, it's never going to come, because that's what a lot of people do. They just wait for the perfect time, but it just doesn't really exist.
There is no perfect time. The perfect time was yesterday.
Yeah. Why don't you tell the people a little bit more about, why you chose ABC? Because, there's a million things out there, bro.
I just seen that all the boys that were from ABC and they were proper getting results. Like they were fucking quitting their job, they were retiring their parents, they were traveling, they were living t time, location freedom, financial freedom, all the stuff that I wanted to. And I was like, well, numbers don't lie at the end of the day. And if you're seeing all of X, Y, Z happening, and there's this one person's leaving their job, this person's doing this, all those boys are on the Dubai trip because they've qualified for it. And I was like, there's got to be something in that. Do you know what I mean? Like there's got to be obviously this definitely not a scam, and there's got to be whatever they're learning. I want to learn that because so then that's when I seriously looked in and I was like, no, I want to get into ABC, and then that's when yeah, you reached out, and then we got talking and built a relationship, and yeah, the rest is history, and it's been probably the best decision of my life.
So yeah, bro, the proof of concept is there and it's proven, every single day, just new people becoming certified, landing roles, quitting their job. It's there every day. So I do understand where you're coming from. In terms of this, this specifically, I mean, why choose sales and marketing and not another business model out there?
To be honest, because oh shit, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. To be honest, because you can have a product, right? But if you don't know how to market it and you don't know how to sell it, then your business is going to go to shit. You know what I mean? You've got it. Sales and marketing is the number one high income skills that anyone could really replace their income. They're the two skills you want to learn to be able to be financially freedom, be time location freedom. You don't even have to be making money through this, but even say like if I was to create my own offer with something else, because I'm in the fitness industry, create my own offer in that, and I didn't have sales or marketing. Are people going to see my stuff? So how am I going to like advertise it, and how am I going to either set them or fucking close them? You know what I mean? How am I actually going to sell the product that I've created, digital or physical? If you don't have sales and marketing, that's the two fundamentals. So obviously that was a big thing that I took away from the last thing. I was like, I need to learn those two skills to be able to keep going with my dreams and what I want to do in the long term goal.
Yeah, sales and marketing are two of like the most high income skills that are in very fucking demand right now. Like this, the demand for them is just through the roof. And what I mean by that is because they're in literally every single business you can think of. Whether it's like a plumbing company, if you're jumping into real estate, you basically need to know how to sell the product because that's how you make money these days. And yeah, sort of just what you said, marketing. You can have the best product in the world, but if you're not putting it in front of other people's faces, then You're not gonna
Who's gonna
fucking
see it?
e-
How are you gonna sell it?
exactly. But yeah, for now, bro, I mean, you said there's obviously a lot of people, there's a lot of results in here, but I guess for you, bro, like, what have the results been like for you specifically over the last 7 to 8 weeks?
They've been crazy, to be honest. Like it took me, what would it take? 7 weeks, obviously, of just dialing in, locking in, turning up to calls, implementing what I'm learning, all the role plays, everything that they teach from the ground up. And then I started doing role plays. It was my goal to get certified in 3 weeks, but obviously it took a couple extra, but there was like after that we had a call on our Sunday call, and then I said to remember saying you and Lurk saying I want to get certified, and then it was literally that week, the week after, sorry, is when I got certified. And then once I got certified, just kept obviously being hungry, asking for roles, trying to applying for things, and then it only took a week, and I was taken up by a business, and now I've got a role so I can work remotely, make money from my phone, my laptop, wherever, as long as I've got Wi-Fi. So yeah, it's been life changing for me, and obviously I know people that have been in there a lot longer than me, and it can take people weeks, it can take people months, it can take people years. You shouldn't compare yourself to anyone else other than you yesterday, but it just depends on how bad you want it and how much you're willing to do to get it.
It really comes down to, hard work. That's the principle here. I mean, why do you think it took you 7 to 8 weeks to actually get that role? Why not sooner?
It was obviously I was doing big hours, big at work, and then coming home and doing big hours and not running on next to no sleep, and that was like that for a minute. But I guess maybe like sometimes procrastination come up. Like I did some things did come up, and obviously sometimes you're just like, oh, I can't be fucked, can't be fucked. But then when you do it and then you self-analyze and you realize you're not actually getting closer to your goals. So then obviously that was a big thing I've overcome. And then structuring out your days and where you lose time and where you actually procrastinate and fuck around. And then I guess remembering your why, your deep-rooted why, and if you remember that properly, when you try to procrastinate, you're like, no, fuck that. That's not getting me closer to my goals. That's not getting me closer to retiring my mum. That's not getting me closer to going traveling. You know what I mean? And then it's a deeper why, and then it kind of just you pick yourself up and you keep going.
Yeah, no, I do know what you mean. That's exactly what I went through before actually, stepping away from my job. I get home from work, I do things like, just like fucking turn the TV on, just play fucking games and shit. Just,
Doom scroll.
yeah, doom scrolling was a big one. I think that's something
Yeah.
everyone can relate to. Even things like
Nowadays it is.
staying at the gym for longer than I actually needed to. Like when I could have been actually dedicating time towards something like this. And yeah, what you said is like completely true. The way I overcame that was just I redefined my why, and I came up with like this new burning desire to get out of my job, and that was helping my family. As soon as I stopped doom scrolling, playing games, acting busy, not productive, that's when I started to see real results. And like a month after that, that's when I quit my job and brought in $5,000 in a single day. Yeah, so to just sort of summarize everything in here, man, like, before jumping in here, you were sort of in a bad position, just didn't really know where to go in life. You tried a few things to actually get out of your situation, like crypto and things like that, but you were sort of lacking the guidance, mentorship, and just a solid community. But obviously now from getting those things and jumping into sales and marketing, you've been able to land a role in 7 to 8 weeks, just improve in every single aspect of life, from the boys and basically just everything here. I mean, it's been a fucking journey so far. So I guess, what would be like your best piece of advice to people out there actually, wanting to get started themselves?
Yeah, pretty much. Obviously, always invest in yourself. Take action now and don't wait. And also, this is a thing that I learned is don't listen to anyone that's not in a position that you want to be in. So obviously that you can get hate, you can get people like I've lost a lot of friends with this and stuff, but this has taught me so many high value skills already. So I would just say invest in yourself. Don't think the perfect time is coming because the perfect time never comes. Just take that risk, start now, invest in yourself, and if you show up every day, you've got the right mentors, you've got the right people that are trained in this aspect in the community, results will speak.
Yeah, perfect, bro. Just basically, acting now, thinking later. That's the best way to go about it.
Just put yourself in the deep end, bro, and you learn so much more from that. rather than, thinking that there's going to be a perfect time because the perfect time never comes. And then people might think, oh, tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes. And then we don't know how long we're on this earth for, so you might as well make the most of it while you're here.
Yeah, also just like stepping out of that comfort zone in general as well, because people are a little bit too scared to
100%.
do that. And, at the end of the day, without discomfort, there's no real growth, and without growth, there's no real change.
Exactly. That's where you grow is when you get comfortable being uncomfortable and then you become a different type of animal.
Act now, take action, think about it later. All right.
100%.
But yeah, that's basically all we need to cover. Yeah, this has been the case study with my bro Sam, and
Thanks for having me.
all good, G. Well, I will catch you in the next one.